Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dad Religion Podcast. I'm Beavis. Over there is Butthead. Just kidding. I'm Jason. That is Jim. And happy Sunday. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Up a little early. Not really that early, but feels early. Tired. My daughter came into town last night, so we were up a little bit later hanging out with her, playing board games.
Nice. I see. So tell me, your morning routine, what happens if you don't drink coffee? So
I don't
you
know.
need coffee to get you need coffee to get you motivated?
Drink it every morning. I think mostly just to wake up, because I'm used to getting up pretty early. So I got to make sure that I got into the habit of drinking a full cup of coffee before I leave because I'm driving, because it's dark, and I just want the caffeine in my system to make sure I don't fall asleep on the way in. Yep.
How many cups do you drink a day?
2.
2.
Yep.
Very nice. Yeah, I haven't had a cup of coffee in many, many moons.
Why is
I
that?
don't know. It was never really my thing.
Yeah.
I
It
mean,
doesn't work
I
it
like
doesn't work.
caffeine.
Yeah, coffee doesn't work for everybody. My daughter says it makes her actually feel kinda sleepy sometimes, which, people sometimes have counter reaction.
I have a buddy who will drink coffee before he goes to bed.
That that's dangerous.
No, he
You
sleeps
that
well. It's
that's
just like
what?
he's like it doesn't affect me. I'm like, so what's the point? Do you just like the do you just
Decaf
like the taste of coffee
is
or what? No, it's regular old coffee.
wow, man. No, I can't drink. Sometimes if I've only had 1 cup of coffee in the morning and I wanna, stay up a little bit later, I'll drink the second one, like, around 5 in the afternoon, but after 5 in the afternoon, there's no way, dude. I won't get to sleep. So,
What about have you ever had cat poop coffee?
no, sir.
You ever heard of it?
No, sir.
Do you know what a civet is?
I do not.
So a civet is a cat. Um, it is. Hold on. I mean, I don't want to fuck this up. So civet coffee is called Kopi Luwak, and basically it's a rare and expensive coffee made from beans that have been eaten and and pooped out by the Asian palm civet, a cat-like mammal. So basically, they eat these beans and they poop it out, and then they make coffee with it. It looks like once they poop it out, it looks like a payday bar. And I've actually had it. Uh,
Have you now?
it's some of the best coffee ever, they say.
Okay.
You should try it. There's a place in San Diego that has it.
I'm gonna not know the answer to that. I'm gonna tell you if whether or not it's the best coffee ever. I guarantee that I will not know the answer to that question.
So shout out to Selva Coffee House. They have it there.
That ain't gonna happen.
Genteel Coffee Roasters. They have it there. So you should Ocean Beach Coffee and Plants. You should
Lovely.
go get
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna
You
stick
should go. This should be on one of our shows. You will go down beforehand to a place. I'll find you a place close to where you live, and you can go pick up some cat poop coffee, and you can drink it on air.
hard pass.
Why?
It does. I'm not gonna drink feces. Sorry.
I'm sure they clean it off.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I don't need to know the answer to that question. I'm so uncurious.
Anyways, so what's been going on in the world? How we
Uh,
doing?
Shitty things. Yep.
Shitty things. Yep. I think we got some crazy things going on. And I don't know how I feel about some of them. I've been kind of staying away from the last thing that happened with
Yeah.
what's her name? Is it Natalie Good? Is that her name? Nicole Good, the woman who was shot.
Yeah, I just know her last name was Good.
Yeah. I've been kind of staying away. I did kind of I watched a video for the first time this morning.
Sorry.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was still bad. I just think that this thing has gotten out of control, and something needs to change. What are your thoughts?
Or to get the ink back into the bottle once you spilled it, right?
I mean, you could this is something you can definitely get the ink back in the bottle once you've spilled it. This is something that could be stopped All it has to do is someone just has to say a certain person has to say, "All right, we're done with this. We're gonna go back." You
Okay.
know?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Well, not for a few years, but,
Right.
yeah.
But
What do we
what
think?
hap I don't know what happens in a few years, Jason. What happens when things are different? Like, w will other will other people around the world ever be able to trust us? You know what I'm saying? They can just go around us, or for the longest time, everybody in the world wanted to buy American products. Is that how it's gonna be in the future? Like, everyone gonna wanna wear blue jeans around the world? Or are they gonna be burning their blue boots? Stupid, I don't know.
Well,
I'm not
I thi
optimistic.
I know. I'm always optimistic for the most part. I try to be.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
But I do think we're moving into a weird new America. I think, this is just the beginning of the weird new America, no matter who's in power, left, right, independent, whatever. They'll never be an independent, but left or right. Uh, we're moving to our president is changing the rules on how things are being done. And if Congress wasn't already doing nothing, they're gonna continue just to hold no law. They're not gonna no matter what they say, it's not gonna matter. Um, because the rule of law is going to come from whoever's sitting in the White House, and they're going to be able to do whatever they want. And I think that's how it's in the next decade. That's how it's going to end up. I mean, depending on who's in office, that's what's going to happen. They're not going to have to go to Congress for anything because I mean
It
that's what's happening right now, right?
it is. It's starting to, but yeah, that's the way he's acting. We'll see if there's anything left in place to stop any of this, but there's still the Supreme Court, I guess, but, I mean, come on.
Is there? Is there
Right.
still the Supreme Court? That's funny. Uh, there's definitely not a Supreme Court because they are definitely not bipartisan. And they have proven that over the last year.
They haven't
So,
been they haven't been exactly a rubber stamp, pretty close, but that does give you, like, God, that Hail Mary pass hope that they'll be like, "Oh, whoa, Caesar." Let us chill out about this. Make sure that
yeah.
all 3 branches are comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a fool's hope, no doubt about it, a fool's hope, but right now, it's all I got.
Yeah, I believe the United States will be in imperialism sooner than later if this doesn't slow down. So we'll see. So on a lighter note, what else you got? What's going on? You seem so sad right now. I want to cheer you
Uh,
up.
well,
How can I cheer you up? You want me to
first
sing a song to you?
oh, no, but that was very depressing.
Well, everything is depressing. Everything is depressing. Let's cheer up. What we got? What we got? What we
So,
got?
you know
We
what?
got we
I had
got
my
we got
I had my
NFL
grandson's first
playoffs.
I had my grandson's first birthday. It
Oh, even
was
better.
awesome. It was awesome. He's such
Yeah.
a cool guy. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was on a Wednesday, which is perfect.
It
Don't you
was.
get them on
Yeah. I
Wednesdays?
well, I go and help, my daughter out Wednesday mornings, and so, yeah,
Nice.
I got to see him, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he get all kinds of gifts?
All kinds of gifts. Well, his big party is coming up next weekend because 'cause they're out of town right now. So,
Big party.
they're
I am under the belief that 1-year-olds don't need a big party.
oh,
I had this fight with my wife too. Well,
it's for
not fight, but
it's for the parents. It's not for the one-year-old.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You can give a 1-year-old a box with nothing in it, and they're gonna be ecstatic.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, dude, he's been pretty dope. He's been pretty jazzed about, his presents this year that he got for Christmas. He's been playing on 'em and stuff like that. He's got a little DJ set, been hammering on the keys and hitting the wiki, wiki, wiki thing. It's awesome.
Well, yeah. If you give them that, they're gonna love it. But you can also give them a box that has a bunch of colors on it, and they're gonna love that too.
Yeah, they will.
I remember when my kids were young, I'm like, What's the point? Why are we having this big elaborate party for a 1-year old's birthday? It's silly."
Pictures and
But
documentation and
that's
yeah.
another thing. Pictures, like school photos, they're
Yeah.
so expensive. They're so expensive.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
are.
get, like, 3 8 by 10s, it's, like, $60. I am like, I have pictures of you all over my phone. I don't need a picture of you in 3rd grade that I'm never gonna look at. It's gonna be in a drawer. I was cleaning out my storage yesterday, and I found so many school photos. It's like, "Oh, here you are in kindergarten. Here you are in fir" like, what do we do with those? It's silly. It's silly. I think they're obsolete. We have a cell phone now. Here, stand there, look pretty, give me a picture, boom, done. Instant gratification, and I don't have to pay for it.
I'm not gonna
It
argue
ma
anything.
it makes no sense. It's kinda like math. We don't even use the math in school. It's pointless.
What
It
what
makes
what what
no sense.
what
I
doesn't
know I
make
pivoted, but just pointless things like way where the math in school. Who uses their math for the most part, in
oh,
school anymore?
engineers.
Engineers, I could be an engineer too by asking my phone, "Hey, how do I do this, this, and this?"
I don't know about complicated engineering.
Hey,
It's
do you know
very
AI? AI
I
can tell me
AI
anything.
AI could do it. I don't know if AI could walk either of us through doing it.
Sure, I can. I could say, "Me step by step for engineering, whatever, yada yada yada," and it'll say,
I would
"Okay, here it is."
I would be interested in seeing that. Yeah.
No, AI, AI is very dangerous and scary, but
It
it has also helped me out a lot. Like, if I need a recipe formatted to a certain way, instead of going in Excel and doing this or Word, this, I just have to take my recipe, throw it in AI, tell them what I want, and boom, 2 seconds later, it's
yeah.
perfect.
Yep.
I need to write an email, and I'm not really good at wording to where it sounds professional. I tell AI what I want, boom, it shoots me out an email. Like
Yep.
2 seconds. It's
Yep.
amazing and scary. Pretty
Yeah.
soon we're gonna have AI bread delivery, AI food cooking.
You know? And so then what do we do? I mean, we better start talking about universal income then because, what the fuck? If
What
we've
you
got
do
nothing
what you
for a
what you
job.
do is you start investing now to where you're gonna get money because 'cause you're not gonna get a retirement fund. There, we're not gonna get Social Security. We're gonna have to, invest now. Invest in AI. Invest in AI. We're gonna have, President AI one day. It's just gonna be a AI machine that tells us when we're gonna go to war, if we're gonna go to war, how we're gonna do it, if we're gonna capture that sitting president to steal his oil, if we're gonna take the natural resources from this country and how we're gonna do it.
Hey, this is becoming
Yes.
a sci-fi fucking episode.
Uh, our military will just be drones. That's it. And
Ah!
AI will be controlling those drones.
Jesus Christ.
We will not need any humans anymore.
Oh,
President AIs all over the world. And the vice president is just going to be the programmer of the AIs. So you're going to have one human, vice president, whoever, and that guy's going to be a programmer who programs AI on how to do it and what to do. What do we think?
sounds like a sci-fi horror.
I
Would
think
sound
it's
like
going to happen. I think I'm going to be dead at the time, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
well, fun times. This is our second of the year episode. Uh,
Yeah, what happened? We had a few good episodes that we're gonna put out on Spotify. What happened to those?
yeah, they disappeared, man. I don't know. They were there one minute, they were gone the next. Not really sure. I'm not exactly sure.
Uh, Jim accidentally deleted them
I'm
trying to go
trying.
through. It's
I was
complicated, dude.
well, dude. There was like the way that it was filed. It looked like there were two copies of different things. So I'm like, well, why are they taking up space? So I deleted one of them, not knowing that they were just two different. They were two different icons for the same file. I deleted one, and they both disappeared, and then can't get them back.
Yeah, it's we're old. We're old men. We just don't we don't understand it as well as other people.
For certainty, Jason, is that if this whole AI thing doesn't slow down, that you and I will definitely be human slaves before we're dead. So you gotta just fucking hope, hope that that we can slow this roll a little bit, you know?
uh,
All right.
money. I don't.
Yeah.
Be human slaves. Hey, have you watched, do you have Amazon Prime?
I think we do, yeah. Right now, Christine and I are watching a limited series that I guess came out in 2016, but I didn't know about it based on a Stephen King novel. It's 11/22/63, the date of Kennedy's assassination.
Oh, that was
With
from 2016, you know that?
way back there, yeah, totally. I'd never seen it, but it's
I
pretty good.
started watching it I started watching it yesterday.
Oh, did you?
That's kinda funny. What's his name?
Franco,
Yeah, James
James Franco.
Franco.
Yep.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. No,
Um, it's a little strange. Like, I think that every time he tries to mess with the past, something bad happens. I don't know what episode you're on. I'm only on episode 2.
we're about to do the last episode. Uh,
Okay, so the what I'm seeing now, you don't spoil it for me, but like he tried to call his dad, right? In that first episode, he got in that payphone, he tried to, and as soon as he did, there was static. He couldn't hear, and then that car comes smashing into it, and that lady's dying, and she's like, "You're not supposed to be here." Every time he does something, something like that happens. Like I don't know what he did. I know the house caught on fire where he was staying in the first episode. I don't know what he did to provoke that, but the other dude who went in there, the house didn't catch on fire. The dude who died, can't remember his name, the
yeah,
old guy. So he
yeah,
stayed at that place. It never caught on fire.
right.
So I'm assuming he. Oh, you know what? He was talking about, he was in Dallas and he was, like, talking about, like, movies that books that went into movies, turned into movies, and then
Yeah,
he named one of them. I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't even a movie yet. Like, talking about stuff in the
the
future, in the past,
Manchurian
kinda fucks things up.
Manchurian Candidate. It was the Manchurian
Yes.
Candidate. Yeah,
Yes. And now he's going where I'm at, he's trying to stop that dude from murdering his family.
yeah.
I haven't gotten in. I'm assuming he does, but that's gonna alter the future too. So if he does it, that's gonna alter the future a lot for that whole family. So
Right, the
it's
guy who opens up the series reading his,
yeah. It's pretty dope.
yeah,
I like it.
it's good storytelling. Well, it's good storytelling. Stephen King is a good storyteller, you know? My buddy who has read the books has not seen the series yet, but he's thinking about going and watching it because it's one of his favorite books. He loves Stephen King, and it's one of his all-time favorites. So, soon as I'm done watching the series, I'm gonna probably get the audiobook, for that one because, you know and I'm the person who, I'm, like, sort of, the standout here. Most people like to read the book first and then see the movie. I'm the opposite. I wanna see the movie first and then read the book. 'Cause that way I'll enjoy both. If I read the book first, the movie's not gonna measure up, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong." But if I see the movie first and I just enjoy the performance, and then I read the book, then I'm like, "Whoa, this is way better." It's just it's a win-win for me.
It's weird how we call it reading a book because I don't read any books. I listen to them.
Listen
We
to book.
call it
Yeah,
reading a book
li
when we're really not
listen
reading
to
it.
book. Listen to book. Yep.
The show I was talking about was Fallout. If you get a chance to
Oh,
watch
oh, cool, yeah,
Fallout,
I've seen some of that. I saw the 1st
it's
season.
good. Oh, you saw the first season?
I did, I saw the
Sec
1st season.
Second season just started,
Ah,
so you should watch it. It's
yeah.
really good.
I've had a moratorium on disturbing things for a while. This Stephen King series is
Oh,
pushing it
stop
as
being a
far as I
pussy. You could do
can.
it.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Real life is like, starting to become like a dystopia, and so I kinda want my entertainment to be nice and mellow and calming and reassuring, you know?
That's gone, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta
The horror.
embrace what's happening around you.
Embrace the
Em
horror. Uh,
Embrace the horror. Yes. Embrace it,
I'll
dude.
think I'll always swim against that current.
Well, I'm not saying join it. I'm just saying it's like people who how do I put this? Like people who fixate on certain things, uh like our president, people who like I'm not a fan of our president, but I don't fixate on my hate for him. I know a few people who fixate on their hate for him and anyone who voted for him. Now,
Yeah.
I understand it, but it puts this person in a negative mind space constantly. Now, the way I look at it, and I tell this person is, okay, these people who you are fixating on hating them because of their political views or way they voted, have no idea that you hate them for that, and it's not bothering them any. It's basically just taking you down this whole rabbit hole of just anger and despair, and to me, it's weird. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Why are you they no one it's not hurting anyone but you,
Yeah.
and,
You know what? Here's the funny thing. You're kind of the outlier on that one because most people right now are either on one side or the other. Like I keep on saying that we all have this Trump derangement syndrome. It's like COVID. It shows up different to different people, right? And so, like, for one side, it, it just the mention of him or the hearing of his voice or this seeing the repercussions of his presidency, those things are all triggering, really triggering. And to other people, doesn't matter what the fuck he does, how horrific it is, how many people are hurt, somehow because of how they feel about him, they're also kinda cool with the hurt and the pain and all this weird stuff, and so that also seems like a derangement syndrome to me, right? So, rough, you're lucky if you don't got it. If you can sit in that little space where you're like, "Oh, yeah, the dude's a douchebag, but he doesn't really fucking affect my life," that's awesome. That's good for you. That's a lucky space to be in.
that's not what I'm saying.
I'm not
He d he
criticism either. I'm
he
saying it 'cause I'm jealous.
he does affect me. He affects everyone's lives, right?
Yeah, but you're
But
able to
I'm not
you're
gonna allow it to destroy me either.
right.
That's the thing.
You're
I'm just not gonna sit here and worry about, I'm not gonna worry about things that I can't control, number 1,
right.
things that I can't change, number 2.
Yep.
Change
Yep.
comes at the ballot box, and we're not at that point yet. So, this is where we're at, and if I'm not gonna sit here like, I felt that way the first term, 2016. I was not it was crazy to me. But this term, I'm not gonna allow this man to affect me like that. It's not gonna happen. I won't allow it. I'm not gonna allow it to ruin relationships that I have with people that I love because
Yeah.
of the way they voted.
Right.
Um, I won't allow that. Um,
You
now
and I we're
it
actually kind of in the same space, Jason. I'm just jealous. I think it's easier for you what you're talking about, where I would like to be, but I'm one of those people that still is super triggered, it's hard. So I have to and that's part of the reason why I have offloaded some of the more, violent or disturbing kinds of imagery that I see when I'm in my entertainment and decompressing time, because the world's intense right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about I wanna get to a place where you are, but in order to be there, I need to, like, chill out some other space in my life. Probably should do a lot more meditating. I haven't meditated, to be honest, in a while. I think that's another New Year's resolution right there. I gotta meditate, gotta chill, gotta stop letting this dude trigger me. So sensei, if you would be so kind, the wisdom.
listen, what I do, I look forward to certain things in my life. I've done this for the past like 4 years. If I have something on the horizon where a month away, 6 months away, 5 months away, I focus on that in my
Yeah,
daily life. Okay. If I have a concert coming up, I'll focus on that. If I have this coming up, I focus on that. And I take away, I don't, I focus on the positive things in my life that I have on the horizon.
how
I do indulge in a lot of politics. I'll tell you that. I do
yeah,
listen to a lot of political stuff. So that's why I told you, like, I don't know, was it last week or the week before that I had to decompress from it a little bit because I do. I intake and ingest a lot of political left and right news. I will listen to Tucker Carlson. I will also listen to Megyn Kelly, and then I will listen to the Midas Touch. I love Breaking Points. I listen to both sides. I ingest both sides. But I will tell you, I ingest the smart of both sides. Like, not everyone agrees with Tucker Carlson. People thinks he's a Nazi, he's a neocon, he's this, that, and the other. But Tucker Carlson also is a man that has admitted his faults from the past, talks about it, um, and has some good views on certain things and has a lot of views I don't agree with. But that's what I like about it. That's what America is. You're not supposed to agree with everything someone says. Megyn Kelly's the exact same way. She says some weird things sometimes, but I like listening to these points of views on certain things. That's why I love Candace Owens. Candace Owens, I don't agree with her on a lot of stuff, but I love people who can admit when they're wrong on certain aspects in things. You know what I mean? And I love people who, whether they support Trump or not, it doesn't fucking matter to me. I like hearing everyone's point of view. And yes, I am definitely 100% uh, uh, left. I always call myself in the middle, but you know, the left is where is where my views lie. But that doesn't mean I just don't ingest anything else. I need to know what everyone is thinking, saying, and doing.
Yeah.
That's just my point of view, and I ingest a ton of it, and then I decompartmentalize I stop. I don't let it just fucking fester in my brain. I listen, I ingest, I understand, and then I move on to my life, and then I pick it back up again the next morning when I turn on my, podcasts.
That's a lot of
Sorry, that was
elasticity
a
that
lot.
but I mean, that's the ability to do that, to put so much of that into your space and then turn it off like that. That's a superpower. I
I
don't
don't
know.
turn it off. I don't turn it
So
off. It's
so
always in the back of my head, but I just don't let it to take over my brain.
so what I attempt to do is here's the thing, if, I like to decompress too. I found that I like decompressing a lot and that I like decompressing, like, more than compressing, if you feel my meaning.
Mhm,
So I start to take time off and I'm like, "Oh, this is good." I don't I just don't want any of that information, you know, and only the biggest things get through, and then I allow myself very limited amount of access to it, right? That's what I've tried to do is just find something that I can rely on, something that I kinda trust, and give myself specific amounts so that I'm not cut off, right? But not so much that it really affects my, my every day. Like, I don't care, not so much that it creates baggage to carry through the rest of my like this last incident that just happened. I mean, that's, and I've had discussions with people about this, you know, people from Facebook, but actually decent discussions on, Messenger and, having, like, literally talking out what we both see and stuff. And even though we were able to have a discussion and it was very civil and there was no name calling because between myself and this other person, there has been some serious name calling in the past, right? But, it genuinely seemed like this person wanted to know what it was that I was seeing and wanted to tell me what it was he was seeing, and they were not the same thing, Jason. Looking at the same thing, we weren't seeing the same thing. If you get
mhm.
what I'm saying, like, we're
Yeah.
operating under different, cultural, um imaginaries. You see what we're literally viewing a similar watching the same exact video and coming away with different drastically different interpretations of A, what we're seeing, and B, what was intended, and, C, how I mean, on his part, how ICE has been treated, how can you expect them to not be, like, on a hair trigger? And this guy had previously been dragged or something, behind a car, and so, of course, he's going to be like, "Ooh," and my response is, "Well, yeah, but those people supposed to come off the force when you've had a traumatic event? Aren't you supposed to be going through psychological screening to see if that's going to affect your performance on the job?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be honest, Jason, that whole thing, it seems like a tragedy on so many levels to me, just to everybody. Like, I think even to this officer and to his family, and you know what? Everyone, the video is going to show forever that after he shot at her 3 times, he called her a bitch before she went, and then didn't provide any aid. I've read, some I've read some, um, stories about the guy, and they all say he's a good Christian guy, considerate, and I think good Christian guy, and he's going to carry this for the rest of his life. This is going to be no matter what happens to him legally, what he did there because he was in the wrong he shouldn't have probably have been there at all because he should have probably been getting screening for a previous incident that happened only like what 6 months ago? Is that like
June.
yeah. Okay, so 7 months ago, right? You know, I don't know. That's and that was the conversation. This guy was saying, "Hey, he was on a hair trigger." The car started coming towards him. He didn't know that the wheels were turned in. He operated as though he thought his life was in jeopardy, and he probably thought his life was in jeopardy. And I said, "Yeah, that might explain the first shot." I first say he shouldn't have been there. Shouldn't have been there. If he had that trauma, if he was carrying that PTSD, he should not have been in the public, mixing in with the public with his sidearm with him, lost stuff. He should be in an office while he's being screened and treated for PTSD. That is not a hard ask as far as I'm concerned. To not have the civil servants that we're paying for with our taxes to be out there wandering around while they're not in a state to do police work. Okay, boom. You might be able to explain the first shot, not the second.
I will say that I agree with you,
Yeah,
but well, no, but on that, I agree with you 100%. Um, but two things. uh, okay, when you're talking earlier about you both see different things, that's
yeah,
identity politics 101, right?
oh,
He
yeah,
he
right,
he identifies with what he sees because that's what he's told to see.
right.
I'm not saying you identify, but with what you see because that's what you're told to see. But there's other aspects of that. It all falls into the same bucket of grease, left and right.
We
And
look at it through our
two
own frames, you know what I'm
two
saying?
things can be right at the same
Right.
time, also. So, yes, he shouldn't have been there. And yes, he probably had a hair trigger, and there was probably a bunch of adrenaline piling through him as he's
Exactly right.
shooting into the window of a woman.
Right, right.
Uh, I listen. I am not defending this at all. That woman should be
No,
alive
no.
right now.
Listen, I don't think
But
you are, and I don't disagree with you, what you're saying. I think you spot on.
just walking through it, like once you take that first shot, and then it looks
Yeah,
like she's still leaving, you still shoot, boom, boom.
but
I
that's you should
And he
not have
shouldn't have been in front of the vehicle. Yes, he shouldn't have been there. All that all lies in the one. All those things can all be true all at the same time.
and
Number one,
the
she shouldn't be dead. We shouldn't be.
yeah,
To
for sure.
me, it's just a tragic. I Hey, go. Well, we can have another podcast on this because I know we're running long right now. We're at almost 40 minutes.
Maybe,
I'll just say this on the way out. Like, if it wasn't for Nick Shirley, you know what Nick Shirley is?
um,
Nick Shirley is
uh,
that YouTuber who supposedly outed all the daycares, the Somalian daycares in Minnesota.
okay.
It
Oh,
was
yeah,
it was all it was all fake. It was all just
I
crap.
saw a little bit about that on Breaking Points. Wasn't
ICE
exact
wouldn't have been there.
say again?
So ICE wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for
Right.
him. That's what I
Oh,
believe. I believe
right.
I'm pretty sure they were sent there due to those videos. So,
Can I
uh,
say one
I,
last thing here also?
yeah,
It
yeah.
nobody would be in this position at all if they would have just passed that fucking immigration bill that was on the plate in 2024 that was written by a motherfucking Republican, conservative motherfucking Republican to deal with all these fucking issues and instead, doing that choice rather than um, putting masked, armed officers on our streets. Do you
I
see
call them
what I'm saying?
thugs, but whatever.
It's like, why what I'm wondering is this: who is looking at these 2 situations and saying that what we have now serves the public safety better than what we had proposed to take care of legislatively and in a bipartisan way in 2024? But the dude who is wheeling out all of the armed masked men now, and which is creating the problem that's bringing certain people out, triggering that Donald Trump derangement syndrome. and getting people, who like are literally frantic, about what's happening in this country, coming out, confronting these people. None of that had to happen, right? There was a bill, there was a piece of legislation. It had lots and lots and lots of money for like for asylum courts and immigration courts and border patrol and electronic surveillance, and it gave a legal framework for how to work through these things, right? And now instead of that, we've got the wild, wild west, armed people rolling through, snatching parents, before they go pick up their kids at daycare, and and the other side, all they're saying is, well, they shouldn't have been there in the first place, kind of shit. Jason, this is the result of our bad choices, bro. We had an option.
Listen,
Donald Trump thought
uh,
it would be bad for his election prospects if that bill passed.
yes,
Killed it.
that's what I was gonna say. He killed it. But I think we need to kill this episode too because we're getting a little long. Hey, that was a good conversation. It started off a little slow. We looked a little
Yeah,
tired.
yeah, I was. I'm halfway through my second cup of coffee, and I'm really starting to get tired.
Uh, awesome. Well, I love you, brother.
Hey, brother, back at you. Have a good week, man. We will talk soon. All right.
All right, man. Later.
Bye.